The biggest challenges we have with managing diversity on teams are often the ones we don't see. That's what television producer Glenn Mazzara learned while developing the hit show The Shield. Mazzara had worked his way up as a writer, getting his first big break on the show Nash Bridges before joining the crew of The Shield as an editor. Once the show took off, he was promoted to executive producer, but as a former writer, he never forgot the importance of having an open environment for sharing perspectives. He was really straightforward about his philosophy with his own writing team. He would say, "Don't knock something off the table unless you're going to replace it. Your job is to generate ideas." You can imagine then that Mazzara was surprised when two of his talented writers, both women, would sit back silently in brainstorming meetings, letting others drive the conversation. When he asked them why they weren't contributing, they basically said, "Watch what happens when we try to speak up." In the next writers' meeting, he paid closer attention and he noticed something he hadn't seen before. Every time one of the women started talking, one of the men in the room would cut in right away. They would either shoot down their idea or start running with it and shut them out of the conversation. There was a clear bias against the female writers happening right under Mazzara's nose, and he hadn't noticed it. Unfortunately, he isn't alone. Plenty of research on gender dynamics in the workplace shows that when a woman acts assertively by speaking out in meetings, challenging others' ideas, and taking charge, she's a lot more likely to be viewed negatively than men acting the same way. In many people's minds, if a man takes charge, he's showing positive leadership qualities. If a woman asserts herself, she's being too bossy. Now the problem is we often have these feelings and reactions to our coworkers without even realizing it. We think we're being fair and objective. Our own bias is hidden to us. That's one of the biggest challenges we face in building a diverse workplace and diverse teams. This module is all about how to recognize our diversity problems and how to fix them. In that way, we're building on many of the themes from Course 2, where we talked about how team misalignments that hurt performance are often rooted in cultural issues that are hard to identify. Here, we're taking the same approach, but doing a deeper dive on the topic of diversity. The reason for that is diversity is really important for teams. You learned in Course 2 about how teams with different perspectives and independent thinking tend to get better results. In this module, we'll expand on that point and talk about how you can promote diversity by setting goals and getting buy-in from others. Then we'll talk about how to identify and root out the hidden biases that prevent you from leveraging these diversity benefits. In particular, we'll talk about how reward systems and formal structures of advancement in the workplace can disadvantage certain people and how you can fix them. We'll also talk about how you can better understand and work around your own personal biases so that you can create an environment where everyone is able to contribute. That's the overview of this module, so let's dive in.